All right, so we've got a really interesting FA Cup match to deep dive into today.
Oh, yeah.
It's Premier League versus Championship, but with a little twist.
Yeah, a little bit of a role reversal potentially happening next season.
Essentially, we've
Yeah.
got Southampton fighting for their lives to stay in the Premier League, and Burnley looking like they're, well, on their way back up
Very likely. Yep.
to the Premier League next
Yeah.
year. So could this be a preview? I don't know. But what's interesting, too, is these two teams actually played relatively recently.
Yeah, back in April 2022.
April 2022, and
They only won that one.
Burnley won 2-0.
Yep, 2-0.
So
So there's some history there.
a little bit of revenge on the mind for Southampton, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So, okay, let's start with Southampton. And
For sake's sake.
let's be honest, it has been a rough season.
It has been a rough one, yeah.
I mean, they are at the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
10 points from safety. I mean, that's a big...
Huge gap. It's a huge gap at this point in the season.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. They have a new coach, Ivan Juric,
Right.
came in trying to, right the ship. But it's a tough task. He's even sort of he's trying to make sure they don't break Derby County's unfortunate record
Oh, yeah.
of the fewest points in a Premier League season, which is 11.
Of 11 points, yeah. It's a record you don't want to have.
It's a record you don't want.
Yeah.
So that's where Southampton are at. But one thing that Juric has been talking about
Yeah.
is that he wants his team to play with heart and passion.
Right. Big emphasis on that, the sort of, the intangible stuff.
Yeah, but can that be enough to,
Especially in the FA Cup.
especially in the FA Cup, yeah.
Against a team like Burnley.
Right. And that's where things get even more interesting, because on the other side, we have Burnley,
Oh, yeah.
who, let's face it, their defense
Oh, my goodness.
has been phenomenal.
It's been incredible. I mean, 22 clean sheets in the championship.
It's insane.
9 in a row.
Yeah.
And only 9 goals conceded all season.
9.
I mean, it's mind-boggling.
It really is. And it's not just good by championship standards.
All right, I was going to say
It's up there with
some of the best in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking fewer goals conceded than any team in England's top 2 divisions.
Right.
And the top 2 tiers of Spain, Germany, Italy, and France.
So how are they doing this?
Well, a lot of it comes down to their manager, Scott Parker.
Okay.
He's instilled this system, very much defense first, defend deep, compact, really hard to break down, swarm the ball, really disciplined. And they've got a goalkeeper who's been
Outstanding, phenomenal, yeah.
But so it's fascinating to me because, on the one hand, you have this incredible defensive record.
Right.
But there is a sort of a but.
Yeah.
Because there's been some drumbling from the Burnley fans.
Right, and understandably so, because
lack of goals, right?
Yeah, it's very much a trade-off.
Yeah.
They've only scored more than 1 goal in 10 out of 33 matches this season.
Right, so
it's effective, but it's not always the most exciting.
Not always the most exciting, yeah. So is Parker sacrificing too much attacking threat?
Potentially.
For this incredible defense.
Yeah. Could it be their undoing?
Especially against a Premier League team.
Especially against a team, like Southampton, who are going to have to come out and attack.
Exactly, Lord.
I mean, they need a result.
They need a result.
They can't just sit back.
Especially at home.
Yeah, especially at home, right?
And this is where it gets interesting because Southampton has been pretty good at home in the FA Cup.
Yeah. 8 wins in their last 10 FA Cup matches at home.
8 wins in their last 10.
Yeah.
Plus, they've won both of their previous FA Cup matches against Burnley.
Interesting.
So for all you listeners out there, imagine this. You've got Southampton. They have to attack. They need goals. They're at home. They've got the crowd behind them.
Yeah.
Versus Burnley, who are just this,
this brick wall.
Defensively.
Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating clash of styles.
It really is.
And then you throw in a wild card like Zion Fleming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's really come alive in the FA Cup for Burnley.
He has.
4 goals involved in his last 2 FA Cup matches.
Yeah.
He's fast, he's tricky, he can finish.
Mm-hmm.
So even if Burnley don't create a ton of chances,
right,
he's the kind of player who can make something out of nothing.
He is. So, okay.
Please, so.
We've got Southampton at home.
Yep.
We've got Burnley with this amazing defense. But then you've got this X factor with Fleming. So
really unpredictable.
What do you think we're going to see? Is this going to be like a defensive slugfest?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Or will Southampton just break through and...
I mean, Burnley's record is so good defensively that it's hard to bet against them.
Right.
Southampton is desperate. Could this be the match where their lack of goals finally catches up to them? Or maybe we see a preview of next season, but with the roles reversed, right?
Yeah.
Burnley battling relegation, Southampton playing with that freedom of a newly promoted team.
Oh, now that is...
Who knows?
That is...
Maybe that's the real deep dive here.
Maybe that's the real deep dive. All right. Well,
we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Everyone, enjoy the match.
Enjoy.